Now, UK and French authorities are braced for an increase in small boat arrivals with largely good weather in the Channel over the coming fortnight. Now, a senior maritime source said a string of so-called red days might easily see several thousand immigrants make the illegal journey, with the number of arrivals expected to reach 20,000 in the next fortnight. Well, let's now speak with the podcast host and the leader of the Social Democratic Party in Scotland. Craig Houston joins me. He's live in Calais. Welcome to the show, Craig. Pleasure to have your company. You sent me through some astonishing footage earlier on. You've been down there by the illegal migrant camps. You've been in and amongst it. Tell us what you've been seeing.
It's chaos, Martin, absolute chaos. I started off in Dover 2 days ago and seen the amount of coming in through one source, which was the border force picking them up out of the sea. I then noticed that the boats, the ferries are still running, but nobody's talking about stowaways. So I'm curious to find out, and I will be looking more into that. So I then got a ferry over on Wednesday morning, and started driving around Calais, Dunkirk area. And it was just crazy. I arrived in Calais, I went straight to the town centre, and the first thing I found within 2 minutes was a mini camp set up in the middle of a residential area in a lovely canal setting. And I was just astonished. I then drove up towards Dunkirk, and halfway there, I saw a lot of people heading towards an area, and I was curious to find out what was there. And the pictures you're showing just now is what I found when I got there. And then there was no tents there. So I thought, where do these people sleep? So I started driving round about a sort of mile radius from that position there, and I started finding very small camps, 5 to 10 tents each, almost everywhere, scattered over the country. I spoke to police there. I went south of Calais. I spoke to police down there. I asked them where the migrants were, and they said everywhere between Boulogne and Dunkirk, and almost up to the Belgian border. Now, that's about 50 miles as a crow flies. I'm not sure how many miles the way a coast goes. But when you've got these things spread across that massive mileage, it sort of concerns me as to where are they all going. I know where they're all trying to come, and that's to our shores. And it just concerns me about the actual official figures, if they're right. I know the ones coming in through Border Force that they're picking up in the ocean are right, because I was there when there was people counting them. But I'm just concerned now. My next task is to find out what the level of stowaways and the dinghies that are not catching that are coming under the cover of darkness. So, yeah, it's been an interesting couple of days, Martin, and thank you very much for allowing me this experience.
A pleasure, mate. And Craig, I tell you what, you mentioned something else that sent a chill down my spine. You say you have information that the people smugglers are also using people coming over illegally to ferry drugs into Britain. Is that right?
Yeah, well, it's a big claim. I spoke to a man who works at the port. I'll not give away his job because he kind of needs his job, but he has been out in the waters. He has seen recovered dinghies, and what he told me was there were scatterings of used condom wrappers on the floor, dozens of them. Now, I kind of think 70 or 80 men on these boats. I don't think they were having a mad party. So what were they doing with these things? The only thing I can think of is using it to conceal something to put into their orifices. So that was, do you know what made me think about this, Martin? There was an interview I saw today in GB News, Good Morning. And they were asking this migrant, how did you pay for the trip? Now, some of them tell you quite easily how much and how they paid for it, and some are a bit, well, my parents paid it and I don't really know, and it was transferred from a village, and all these sort of grey answers. I kind of think I now have an option in what's happening here, and they're not paying at all. Some of them might be doing jobs in lieu of payment, and that's another scary thing.
And do you know what? It would absolutely make sense. They know no compassion. They know every depravity to get people to become living drug mules who don't pay a fee for their carriage, and yet they are carrying a cargo heaven knows where inside them. I wonder how routinely and how methodically they are searched when they get to Dover. I would say probably not that much. Craig Houston, it's fascinating footage. Thank you so much for sharing it with us exclusively on GB News. And you've got a great YouTube channel. Get on that. That is Craig Houston, the leader of the Social Democratic Party in Scotland, and a great citizen journalist. Marvellous.